Yo, 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 what is going on, family? What is going on? If you're tapped in with me in the building, what's going on? If you tapped in with me, drop your name in the chat. Drop your name in the chat, drop your location, all that good stuff. I'm standing up today because you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to keep the energy high. You feel me? Drop your name in the chat. Drop your name in the chat. Drop you where you located. I want to see all my people. I want to see where you at. I want to see where you coming from. I see people's coming in the room. See people's coming in the room, people joining in, all that good stuff. I'm super excited. We got a dope Q&A today. Shout out Lawrence from Delaware. Let's get it. We got a dope Q&A today. Let's see who we got. We got Mom G's from Philly. That's your birthday? We got Joanne from sunny Florida. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let me see who we got on IG Live. What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? We got Melanie from Fresno, California. Let's go. We got Cedric and Berenice from Dallas, Texas. Let's get it. I see people trickling in. Yo, all my new people who's trickling in, jumping in the live, jumping in the free Q&A. Drop your name, drop your location. Let's get it. Let's go. We got a really dope Q&A today. I cannot wait to give y'all all the energy, all the information, all that good stuff. We got some really cool stuff for that. But let's go. Let's go. Let's go. If you tapped in with me, just drop your name. Just drop your name in the chat. Drop out where your location is. I know a lot of people's probably wondering, is this a real live? Is this really da da da? 7 o'clock EST, East Coast on what is it? What is today? Thursday? Today's Thursday. You feel what I'm saying? Today we got a really dope Q&A. We had about 200,000 people on our list, and a lot of people were just like, hey, we have some questions, things of that nature. So I was just like, bet, let's go ahead and run a Q&A. We got Venetia from Swartz Creek, Michigan. Is that Michigan, or I'm not too sure. But headed back to Texas soon. She headed back to Texas soon, y'all. She headed back to Texas. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. We got Ashley from Chicago. Let's see who else is in the building. We got Katie from Baltimore. We got Gene from Massachusetts. Yo, you know what's so crazy? I just dropped a YouTube video about some of the top states in event spaces, so I can't wait to address a lot of that too and things of that nature. But we got some really cool people. We got some cool areas. Keep dropping your location. If you tapped in with me, drop your location. Let me see where you at. Let me see who's in the room. Let me see who's tapping in. There's a live free Q&A. I've been promised everybody on the text blast that we're going to do a Q&A today. Want to make sure we get that going and all that good stuff. But I just got one question, right? I got one question for everybody who's in the live right now, right? I want to know what's one reason that you want to make more money? Actually, first and foremost, do you want to make more money? How many people here are satisfied with the amount of money that they make? Just drop me in the chat or drop no in the chat. Drop yes in the chat if you are satisfied with the amount of money that you make. Drop no if you're not. Drop no if you're not. I'm seeing no. Sean said hell no. Berenice said no. Kendrick said no. What up, Yolanda? No, I am not. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Okay. Now, one other question, follow-up question to that, right? So you see people on IG saying no. If you are not satisfied with the amount of money that you are making, what's that number? What is that freedom number for you? What is that number that says, hey, look, listen, if I make this every single month, I'm good. I'm happy. I can do the things that I want to go ahead and do. I can live the life that I want to live. What is your freedom number? Drop it in the chat right now. What is that freedom number? What does that look like? 5,000. Okay. MacBook, you're gonna have to change your name in Zoom. It can't. I don't know who MacBook is. Kendrick said 40,000. Venetia said 30,000. Okay, y'all giving me some baby numbers. Y'all giving me some baby numbers. What it is, what it is. What is that freedom number for you that says, hey, look, listen, if I bring this home every single month, I'm good. Now, here's my follow-up question, right? When you hit that freedom number, what does that allow you to do? Well, like I want you to fast forward to that Ashley, to that Berenice, to that Sean. When you are making that kind of money, what does that allow you to do? What does that allow Sean to do? What does that allow Bethany to do? What does that allow Beverly to do? What does that allow you to do? For some people, it's, hey, look, listen, I get to retire my mom now. Some people say, I get to quit my job now. For some people, it's, I just get a full fridge. I just want a full fridge. I just want to be able to go ahead and just live, not have to worry about bills. Like some people it's just like, hey, look, listen, I don't want to have to worry about keeping the lights on. Like, not everything is about Lambos and yachts, right? Some people's like, I just want a better quality of life. Let's see. Venetia said, travel and retire myself and my family. But Venetia, for you, whose family? I want you to be specific. In order to be prolific, we got to be specific. Whose family? Sean said, travel, pay off debt, live without stress. Bethany said, quit my job and be financially free. Party Crashes London said, spend more time with my family and kids. Relocate. Gigi said, pay off debt. Spend more time with family. Take care of mom and dad. Okay. Okay. Would it be okay? Can I share with y'all real quick what got me inspired to make more money and start my business? Just maybe just a piece of my story will kind of resonate with somebody here, right? I'm saying for me, it's parents and me and my husband take care of our sick sister. Okay. Invest more, retire my mother. Y'all see this lady right here? Y'all see this lady right here in the pink on my background for everybody who's on live that's over there? That right there is my mom. Came to this country with $100 in her pocket from a third world country called Guyana. I don't know if anybody's familiar with Guyana or South America, but it's a small country next to Venezuela in the Caribbean. My parents came from a small country called Guyana. My mom came to this country with $100 in her pocket. Immigrant Black Indian woman came to this country, $100 in her pocket. You know where her first job was? I want y'all to guess how much my mom got paid for her first job. With a baby in tow. I want to see who can guess how much she got paid for her first job. Imagine an immigrant with a child coming to this country. I want y'all to take a guess. $5 an hour. That's close. $200. $5. Oh, y'all real close. Y'all very, very close. $8 an hour. $8 an hour. Imagine you being a single Black Indian woman in this country with a child making $8 an hour. And not only that, gotta pay for a one-bedroom apartment in Bedford-Stuyvesant, Brooklyn. How the fuck somebody's supposed to make some shit like that shake? Not only did I see this woman build herself up from the ground up as an immigrant woman that barely spoke the language, her story is part of my story. Her story is part of my story. When we fast forward to 2023, when she turns to me, her only son, and says, Brian, she looks me dead in the face, dead in my eyes right here, and says, Brian, I don't want to work anymore. Y'all, if your single mother, I was raised by a single mother, by the way, if your single mother looked at you in your eyes and said, I don't want to work anymore, how would that feel in your heart? How would that feel in your heart? What would be going through your mind at that point? What would be crossing your Abdullah oblongata in your mind right now? What would be crossing your mind? Your single mother, you seen, came to this country, broke her back to give you everything and raise a family, says, I just can't do it anymore. Every single time I walk into work, they make me feel like lesser than. Every single time I go to work, they speak to me like I'm a child. Every single time I go to work, they make me feel like they're doing me a favor signing my paycheck. Like, at a certain point, what do you think that does to somebody? Like, you've been giving your life and soul for decades to a job, and they're treating you like they could just step on you. How do you think me, as her only child, I gotta act? See, some of y'all don't operate with a certain level of urgency. Some of y'all are in the situation where you're not making the kind of money that you want to make simply because you have no back recourse. Somebody come and burn the bridge in the chat. Somebody come and burn the bridge in the chat. So when I say her story is my story, her struggle is my struggle. When I say, hey, look, listen, this is my freedom number. This is how much money I need to make. That's including making sure that she's good. And as God as my witness, past 2 years, been paying my mom's mortgage. Past 2 years, my mother has been retired on this good green earth. Why? because her struggle is my struggle. When she turns to me, her only son, and she says, hey, look, listen, I don't want to work anymore. I got to figure out how we got to make that happen. So you know what I did? You know what I did? Started my first business. Y'all know how much I was making as a server before? For some of y'all probably don't even know that I used to be a server. Who knows that I used to be a server before starting my event space business? Just say yes. If you did it, it's okay. You could just put no. How many people know how much money I was making as a server per week? Per week. How many people know how much money I was making as a server per week? $360 a week. 40 hours a week, $360. What is that? How much money is that? What, like $6 an hour or something like that? Mind you, I had a college degree. Mind you, I had a freaking college degree. 40 hours a week. And some of y'all probably wondering, like, how is it even legal in New York? Well, I was a server. We made everything off tips. But the tip jar can't be tipping when no tips is tipping. So imagine a 22, 23-year-old kid coming out of college, 4-year degree, debt, and making $360 a week. So I said, hey, look, listen, I got to turn up. I got a mom, I got to retire. I got a mom, I got to retire. So what I did, I stacked up all my money, saved up all my money, and literally took all that money, put it into my first business. First 3 months, no bread. Absolutely no bread, no money, nothing's coming in. I'm sitting here wondering, like, what the hell? Did I just do something stupid? What's going on here? What's going on here? But I remember I have a bigger calling. Somebody dropped the word calling in the chat. I got a bigger calling. I got a mom, I got to retire. See, every single time I feel like I want to get down on my luck, every single time I feel like I want to give up, every single time I feel like this is not for me, I remember I have a higher purpose, and it's right here. I have a higher purpose. I got somebody who's relying on me, who's waiting for me to figure this shit out. 3 months later, I had my first $15,000 month. Few months later, I have my first $20,000 month. Few months after that, guess what happens? COVID. COVID comes, takes everything away. I'm out here sitting, trying to figure out how the hell we gonna make this shit shape. Boom. I gotta negotiate with my landlords, whatever the case may be. Finally, guess what? COVID opens up. First $50,000 month. Some of y'all was saying, hey, look, listen, my freedom number $50,000 month. Boom. First $50,000 month. Somebody dropped 50K in the chat. $50,000 month. Mind you, I'm coming from $360 a week. First $50,000 month. I get 2 more event spaces and we hit our first $100,000 month. How the hell does a kid from Brooklyn making $360 a week who went ahead and had an immigrant mother that came into this country with $100 in her pocket make $150,000 in a month, make $100,000 in a month off event spaces? How does that happen? Because I started with my purpose. I started with my calling. I never at one point forgot what I was doing this for. Never at one point did I forget what I was doing this for. So here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, right? Can I share with y'all my 3-step framework to make sure that you want to go ahead and unlock your purpose so you can get to your freedom number? Just drop yes in the chat. Just drop yes in the chat. I want to make some time for the Q&A today, but I want to make sure y'all leave with something concrete and something tangible. Can I give y'all my 3-step framework to making sure that you unlock your purpose and you get to your freedom number? I'm not going to do it if people don't say yes. If anybody says no, it's okay. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I want to make sure everybody here leaves with something. I want to make sure everybody goes ahead and absolutely hits their transformation button. Is that okay? Is that okay? First and foremost, before I even do that, who knows about our challenge coming up next week? Just drop me in the chat or drop no if you don't. Is it all right if I tell y'all about our challenge coming up in just a couple days? Next week, starting Monday, we have a 5-day challenge. We're literally for 5 days, you are going to spend 5 days with myself and my entire team at Event Space Elites showing you how to find, fund, and fill your very own event space. We are literally going to be walking through, number one, how to find your location so that you can turn around and be profitable in record time. Number two, we're going to be talking about how to boost your credit score into the 700s so that you can go ahead and unlock $50,000 to $100,000 in funding for your event space. And then we're going to be talking about how to go ahead and utilize organic and paid ad strategies to go ahead and get your first 10K month. A lot of y'all talking about, hey, 10K is my freedom number. Some of y'all talking about 30K is my freedom number. Some of y'all talking about 50K is my freedom number. This is how you start. This is what you do. And what I want to do is something special, right? Because y'all over here, y'all sharing in this moment with me, what I want to do, I know there's a lot of y'all, what I want to do is tickets are only $97 for the challenge. What I want to do is I want to allow 10 people to get 50% off. So all you have to do, just go to myvenueprofit.com. Let me go ahead and drop it in the chat. Myvenueprofit.com. You're going to use code 50 and it's going to go ahead and take off 50% off. If you have an event space, it is okay because literally half the challenge is optimizing your event space, business management, contracts, ad strategies, hirings and systems, automations. We have a section that we're going to be talking about with artificial intelligence and ChatGPT, how you can literally use ChatGPT to go ahead and outsource half the task in your business. So what I want you to go ahead and do is go to myvenueprofit.com, use code 50. Once you grab your ticket, I want you to come back here and comment, got mine. So, because I want to talk about this 3-step framework for you to go ahead and unlock that growth. All you have to do, go to myvenueprofit.com, use code 50. Once you've got your ticket, come back here, just comment, got mine. Literally 5 days you're going to spend with myself and my team live. And here's the thing. If you do get VIP, Ashley said she already got it. Let's go. Let's go. If you do get VIP, you're going to see on the next page, we have a Telegram group. I want you to jump into the Telegram group and it's going to go ahead and give you access to all the other members, all the other coaches, all the Zoom links, everything. Everything's going to be recorded so that we can rock and roll on that next day. Let's get it. Let's go. So I want y'all to go to myvenueprofit.com, use code 50. Hold on. I think I actually typed that in wrong. There we go. myvenueprofit.com. There we go. Perfect. myvenueprofit.com. Let me go ahead and put this over here in live so we could go ahead and jump into this. Bada bing, bada boom. Perfect. Not my light dying. Oh well, let me go ahead and fix this real quick. Bada bing, bada boom. Fix this. Let there be light. Perfect. Perfect. Once y'all got your ticket, just comment, got mine. Let's get it. Let's go. Are y'all ready for this 3-step framework? If you're ready for this 3-step framework, just comment yes in the chat. If y'all ready for this 3-step framework, just comment yes in the chat. So step number 1, we were just talking about purpose. We were just calling. Step number 1, this is called wake, work, win. This is going to be your 3-step framework towards unlocking your purpose and getting to the next level. And I want to save a lot of time for the Q&A. I want to get as many questions answered as possible. So let's jump into it, right? Number one, a lot of y'all have not unlocked your freedom number and have not gotten to the next level simply because you are sleepwalking through life. I remember literally, like, y'all know, like, how many people woke up and checked their bank account this morning? How many people woke up and checked their bank account this morning? And I want you to be honest with me. Be honest with me. Do not do like how many people woke up and checked their bank account this morning? How can you grow something that you do not even measure? How can you grow something that you do not even measure? Jay Shannon, shoot me a DM. Shoot me a DM. How many people checked their bank account this morning? I see 2. Me, I didn't like the numbers. Me, yes. Me. Okay, cool. So 4 or 5 out of people out of how many people checked their bank account this morning? I remember there was a certain point when I'm checking my bank account, I'm thinking, this is no way that life is supposed to be looking like this. How the hell am I working 40 hours a week and this is all the money that's in my account? How the hell am I working for somebody else, getting this kind of paycheck, and this is all the money that's coming into my account? Ephesians, like anybody here, a God-fearing woman or man? Can I share a quote from the Bible with y'all real quick? Ephesians 5:14, awake, O sleeper, rise up from the dead, and Christ will give you light. Too many of y'all don't even have the clarity and don't even have the know-how to know what kind of demons you're facing against. You over here looking and wondering like, oh my God, why is woe is me? Things of that nature. You don't even know what you're fixing. You don't even know the demons. You don't even know the battles you have to face. How the hell are you supposed to make more money? You don't even know how much money's in your account. You don't even know how much of the checking, savings, the money mutual, whatever the case may be, because you're not checking. You're not woke. You're not waking up, right? You don't even know. You don't even know. Like, you don't understand how many times I talk to business owners. They don't even know how much profit they took from the business last month. You know how I know somebody's serious about their goals? Somebody comment how. Somebody comment how. You know how I know somebody's serious about their goals? I look at two things. I look at their calendar and I look at their bank account. Your calendar tells me how much time you've invested. Your bank account tells me how much money you've invested. If your family looked at your 2025, would they believe that you were serious about your goals? This is a question for everybody. If your family looked at your 2025, would they believe that you are serious about your goals? I want everybody to just take a hard look real quick. Would they believe that you are serious about your goals? Comment yes or no. See, a lot of y'all are afraid to turn that mirror and take a hard look at yourself because you know the answer. You know the answer is true. Romans 13:11, the hour has already come for you to wake up from your slumber. How many times do we got to get kicked in the face before we wake up and realize enough is enough? How many times do we have to how many times do we got to have our job punch us in the mouth and say, hey, look, we got to look at our paycheck and be like, damn, this ain't enough before we wake up and take matters into our own hands? Like how many times does that have to happen before we realize that enough is like when does the pain move to power? Some of y'all not even lazy. You just living life on autopilot. This is your call to wake up. Somebody comment wake up in the chat. This is your sign to wake up. A lot of y'all been coasting through life, and some of y'all like real talk. If you looked at your entire 2025, how many people would be satisfied with the progress that they've made? Just comment yes or no. Comment yes or no. How many people would be satisfied with the amount of progress that like some of y'all think you in a bad patch. Some of y'all think, oh my God, this just isn't my time, whatever the case may be. You're not in a bad patch. You don't even realize that the field that you're in is ripe and ready to bear a harvest. Like what? Some of y'all are so much more qualified to make so much more money because you're comfortable at your job. You just let that shit see, you just let it take you. You just let it take advantage of you. Like what? Like I said, some of you aren't even lazy, you're just unprepared. Isn't it time to wake up? Beverly said, I need to quit my job this very minute because I cannot focus and spend time on my own business. What are we? And here's the thing, right? I'm not telling nobody to quit their job. I'm telling you to wake up and get started on the path that's going to take you to prosperity. Like a lot of y'all just been coasting. A lot of y'all just been waiting. I remember literally sitting in a basement apartment in Brooklyn. All these different side hustles. I got this business, I got that business, I'm doing this and I'm doing that, and I'm freaking broke. How many people you got all these different things going on in your life, and you still wonder where the money gonna come? You still wonder like, when is it my time? What like when do I get a shot? When do I get to wake up and be on the other side of the cash register? When is my turn? When is it my turn to be on the other side of the cash register? A lot of y'all, you didn't even realize that you had the keys to the cash register the entire time, but you were just so afraid to turn that lock. Moment of silence for that, huh? You don't even realize that you got the key to the lock. You just so afraid to open it. You speak truth and it depresses me. Help. Here's the thing, right? If it's depressing you, isn't it time to do something about it? Bethany said, I'm in VIP. Can't wait to get more information. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. A lot of y'all have the key to the next chapter of your life, but you are so busy looking at the last page. What sense does that make? Like, isn't it? Can somebody comment my time? Can somebody comment my time? Melanie said, I get paralyzed by fear. You don't even realize that fear is the shackles that's keeping you chained to poverty. Fear and procrastination. Can we talk about fear and procrastination for a second, y'all? Can we talk about fear and procrastination for a second, y'all? Y'all don't even realize, like some of y'all got the excuses where like, hey, look, listen, I need to think about it. I need to assess it. I need to look at the pros and the cons and the additions and the subtractions. No, you fucking scared. Call it what it is. Call it what it is. And you know what? Like I said, like that's okay, but we have to acknowledge it as such. We have to acknowledge it as such. We like at a certain point, you have to understand that fear, procrastination, those are the shackles keeping you chained to poverty. Some of y'all don't even, some of y'all are so blinded by fear and procrastination, you don't even realize it's keeping you behind. You looking at all these other people like, yo, why is this person being successful? Why is this person like me and my homegirl, we had the same business idea, but she's thriving and I'm surviving. She's not surviving. You're not surviving and she's thriving. You scared. She's not. Oh, my cousin and his wife, they started a business and they went ahead and now they're doing things. Oh, no, you're scared. They're not. Like, what are we talking about here? Can everybody comment the words turn the mirror? Can everybody comment the words turn the mirror? Sometimes you got to turn the mirror on yourself and just realize it is what it is. Like, hey, look, listen, God, you know what? It's me being scared. Anybody know the story of the man in the three boats? This is one of my favorite stories in the Bible. Anybody know the story of the man in the three boats? Just comment yes if you do, no if you don't. How many people know the story of the man in the three boats? So there's a story in the Bible that illustrates the same parable, right? Let's call him Matthew, right? So there's a man named Matthew who's stranded out to sea, right? And this entire time while he's stranded out to sea, he's praying to God and he's saying, God, come save me, God, come save me. So eventually what happens is the man that comes over, trudging on a little kayak boat, and he says, Sir, do you need some help? And he says, No, God will provide. Okay. Boat goes about his business. A couple days later, Matthew's still trudging along at sea. Still out in the open, still hasn't been saved, right? A second boat, a bigger boat comes by and he lends out his hand and he says, Sir, we're going across over there. Do you need some help? He says, No, God will provide. He says, Okay, no problem. Goes about his business. Third boat comes by. Third boat comes by. Small little boat, just kind of trudging along, trudging along, trudging along. Man says, Sir, do you need some help? You've been out here for a while. He says, No, God will provide. So, as anybody can imagine, Matthew, he didn't make it. He goes to the kingdom gates of heaven and he says, God, I prayed for you all this time. Why didn't you send me any help? You know what he said to him? I sent you three boats. A lot of y'all been realizing getting all the handouts, all the signs for years and decades, but you're too scared to do it. You looking at everybody else. You looking at your husband. You looking at your wife. You looking at your brother. You looking at your sister. You looking at your goddamn dog waiting for a freaking handout. You don't even realize that that same handout that you waiting for could be the one that just picks you up and gets you where you need to go. Can I get an amen or something? Y'all got to understand this is the time to wake up and fulfill your purpose. Ain't no more waiting. Somebody comment no more waiting. Ain't no more sleeping. Somebody comment no more sleeping. There has to be a time where the pain moves us to power. There has to be a time when we wake up and we say, enough is enough. I'm going to be the person that I need to be. This is my freedom number. I said that I want to retire my mom. I said that I want to retire my dad. I said that I want to put my kids through private school. I said that I want to leave my job. I said that I don't want to sleep no more. It's time to wake up. It's time to wake up. Ephesians 5:14. Oh, wake, oh, sleeper, rise from the dead, and Christ will give you light. All the light is around you. All the opportunities around you. It is all right here for you. You just have to go and get it. So with that being said, like I mentioned, we have a 5-day challenge coming up in just 4 days. 5 days where you will embark on a journey and learn more in those 5 days, make more of a transformation in those 5 days than you probably have in the last 5 weeks. 5 days with myself and my entire team going through a journey where you're going to learn how to find your own first space. My team is literally going to be finding spaces for everybody in the challenge, and you are going to be going and looking at them. If you don't have the right credit score, my credit specialist is going to be inside the challenge, making sure that you guys fully understand how to increase and leverage your credit score to get $50,000 to $100,000 in funding. We are probably going to fund probably $1 million, $2 million that week alone. After that point, now once you have your space and you have the money to go ahead and fund it, we're going to be going through all the strategies where you're going to get your first booking and your first 10K. All in the span of 1 week. So if you are tired of sleepwalking, if you are tired of sleeping, if you are tired of waiting for the next handout, this is your calling. Go to myvenueprofit.com, use code 50, and grab your ticket. That link is going to work for the first 10 people. A few tickets have already sold, but that link is going to work for the first 10 people. Once you grab your ticket, comment got mine. I want to shout you out because you're an executor. And then at that, I'm going to give you guys a couple of seconds for that to go ahead and log on, put your stuff in, whatever the case may be. And then I want to go ahead and get to the second part, and then I want to get to the Q&A. Lillian said, got mine. Let's get it. 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 Sorry, real quick. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. We still got so much more to go through. So who's enjoying this so far? Just comment me in the chat. Who's realized? Dimple said, got mine. Let's go. Let's go, Steph. Let's go, Steph. How many people are feeling that change already? Just drop yes in the chat. How many people are feeling like they're stepping into their breakthrough already? They're stepping into that moment. They're stepping into that calling. They're stepping into that new being. This is what I want for everybody. I want everybody to not even recognize the person who got on the Zoom at the beginning. That's what I want. I want by the time you get off this Zoom, you are such a refined person, you don't even think the same way anymore. Can I get an amen? You don't even think, like the thoughts that you would have had coming into the Zoom don't even make sense to you coming off. That's what I want. That's what I want. And that's why the second step is going to really hit hard, because the second step is to work. God doesn't bless potential. He blesses action. Somebody comment the word action in the chat. Somebody comment action in the chat. God does not bless potential. He blesses action. When I got into event spaces, I didn't have money to waste. I did the work. I knocked on the doors. I made the offers. I ran the ads. I did the cleaning, right? I didn't have all the answers, but I was not afraid to move. Most people, they think they need a miracle when they just need a plan and the work ethic to follow. Like, I don't need to have all the answers. I don't need the whole blueprint. I just need to start. I just need to get out of my own way. A lot of y'all have all the answers. You got the blueprint. You have the assessments. You got the templates. You got all this different stuff. You've Googled it till it can't be Googled no more. Google's sick of you. You've YouTubed it so you can't YouTube it no more. YouTube don't even want to tube you no more. When does it come time to start? Proverbs 14:23, all hard work brings a profit, but mere talk leads only to poverty. Whew! I'm gonna let y'all sit with that one for a second. All hard work brings a profit, but mere talk leads only to poverty. Some of y'all been talking more than you could even count the action steps that you've already done. Some of y'all been talking it so much, your own family and friends don't even believe that you're gonna do it anymore. That's Proverbs 14:23, Dimples. Steph, sorry. Book of Nevaeh. All hard work brings a profit, but mere talk leads only to poverty. Some of y'all been talking so long, the people that you talk to don't even believe you anymore. They're like, Sarah don't really mean it like that. Sarah just talking. Sarah just talking. Melanie, I don't know. When she say it, I don't know. Some of y'all own family and friends don't even believe when you put your tongue onto something. They think you're just talking. Isn't that sad? Like how isn't it sad how your own kids, your own family don't even believe when you say you're gonna do something? Your word means nothing because you've been talking about it this entire time. They don't even believe you. You can't just want it. You gotta work for it. That's where the shift starts. How can I expect a new being and a new calling? How can I expect a new way of life when I've put no action to it? You've been thinking about this for decades, for years. And like I said, you know how I know somebody's serious about it? I look at their calendar and I look at their bank account. We looking back, we do an assessment. You ain't invested a single dime into this venture that you want to go ahead and do, but you said that you serious about doing it. You said you were serious about signing that event, doing that event space. You were serious about doing that Airbnb. You were serious about doing that real estate. You were serious about taking your parents out of their jobs, taking your family out of the ghetto. But you didn't make a single action step towards it. Colossians 3:23, whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as working for the Lord. Some of y'all run your mouth faster than you go ahead and run to these action steps. And it don't make no sense. You over here listening to Tom, Dick, and Harry. Tom, Dick, and Harry don't got a penny to rub together to serve you. What sense does that make? When's the last time you did something to serve you? When is the last time that you did an action step that you are proud of? And for some of y'all, this might hurt. For some of y'all might feel like, damn, he's just talking. He's not talking to me. Am I not? Am I not talking to you? Do you have the goal that you set out for? If not, then I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. You can't just want it. You got to work for it. That's where the shit starts. So when we how many if you took an action step towards your goals in the last week, just comment me. If you didn't, just comment no. If you took an action step that advances your goals in the last week, and I mean really, I don't mean just Google something, I don't mean just YouTube something, I mean like something where that moved the needle. Just comment me. If not, just comment not me. One person. And it's okay. Like I want everybody to be very, very serious about this. I want everybody to take accountability. Comment me or comment not me. Pamela said, I'm in. Let's get it. Me. Me. Okay. We got a couple people out of how many? 40, 50? But between IG and YouTube, IG and Zoom. So what does that say? There's a lot more people that talk about it than be about it. Pamela said, I'm in. She took an action step. Everybody who got their ticket, you took an action step because you're going to embark on that journey with us for a week. So if you're not in the challenge, but you just been talking about it, what are you serious about your goals? Or does it just sound good? Does it just sound good when you tell your friends and family, yeah, I'm thinking about starting this, but I got so many people. Daisha said, got my VIP and joined the Telegram chat. Let's go. Let's go. I know so like I know so isn't it sad? I know so many, not me anymore because I don't hang around these kind of people, but how many people know that person where it's like, okay, cool, they always talking about that next thing they're gonna do, that next business they're gonna start, that next person they're gonna deal with. Every single time you talk to that person, they're always about to do something. About like, oh, I'm about to go ahead and start this business. I'm about to go ahead and sell this product. I'm about to go ahead and network with this person. How many people do we know that do that? There's probably a lot of those people in this room, right here, right now. There's probably a lot of people in there who always about to do something. Oh yeah, I'm about to talk to that realtor to look at that space. Oh yeah, I'm about to put down that deposit. Oh, I'm about to buy that course. Always about to do something. Well, guess what? You're not about to get this money because you're always about to do something. All the wealthy people that I know, they do it right now. Somebody comment the word now. You know why? Because now stands for no opportunity wasted. Every single wealthy person I know, it's not next week. It's not next month. It's not next year. It's not even next hour. You know what they do? They take out their phone. Hey, what's going on, Sandra? This is Brian. I want you to go ahead and do this. Blah, 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 blah. It's done. It's done. There's no more thinking about it. There's no more talking about it. There's no more pondering about it. There's no more wishy-washy, this or that or what. It's done. Somebody comment the word done. It's done. That's how wealthy people move. That's how successful people think. They don't think about, oh my God, I have to do, you know, there's a anybody know what the 2-minute rule is? Does anybody know what the 2-minute rule is? The 2-minute rule is that if there's something that you can do right now and it takes less than 2 minutes, do it right now. Don't pass it off to somebody else. Don't put it in your to-do list. Don't do it later. Do it right now. If it takes less than 2 minutes, do it right now. Grab me your ticket for the challenge, less than 10 minutes. I'm always looking at how could I be more efficient? Like I'm a man of efficiency. I want to look at how can I be more efficient. You can't just want it. You got to work for it. That is where the shift starts. All hard work brings a profit, but mere talk leads only to poverty. I don't know a single successful person that pushes shit off. I don't. I don't. So with that being said, join us on this 5-day challenge. 5 days, 5 days with myself, my entire team of coaches, where we're going to walk you through how to, one, find your first event space. We're going to be going through all the softwares that we utilize, all the websites that we utilize, all the templates, all the blueprints. You missing a business plan? We got you. You're missing the questions to ask realtors? We got you. We're putting everything and we're pulling behind the curtain of everything that you are going to need to go ahead and find your first space. When it comes down to funding, if you don't have the credit score, we're going to be talking through everything. We're going to be going through credit reports on the live so you know exactly what you need to do to boost your credit score to the 700s in record speed. We're going to be going through live how you're going to be going ahead and applying to these applications so you can go ahead and get $50,000 to $100,000 across Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. We're going to be going through live how to go ahead and run your first ad so you can get leads to your event space. What kind of content? How many people are struggling with content? My creative director is going to come on the live, show you guys what makes a good post from a bad post, how to make posting more efficient so that you can be like our clients who post 150 times a month. Yeah, 150 times a month. Not only that, but if you are an existing event space owner, we're going through all the business plans, we're going through all the operations, we're going through all the strategies that make sure that you run your business efficiently for your event space. All you have to do, myvenueprofit.com, use code 50 and grab your ticket. Once you've got your ticket, I want you to comment, got mine. If you just got your ticket, comment, got mine, so I can shout you out real quick before I go to the third and last step, and then we get to this Q&A. I want you guys to get to this third and last step, and then we're going to get to this Q&A. I'm going to answer all the questions. I'll stay on here for as long as I need. It doesn't matter to get all these questions answered. I'll give you guys a couple seconds to go ahead and grab that ticket and then get ready for step number 3, right? Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Sean, park your question. I'm gonna get to it in the Q&A. Don't worry. I'm gonna scroll. I'm gonna also scroll past and see if there was any questions that I missed. So y'all don't worry about that. Third step. Third step. Third step. So what do we have? We had wake, we had work, now we have win. The reward comes after the obedience, right? So I had a client, right? I'll share a story with y'all, right? I have a client, right? Single mom, went from 0 to 10K a month in just about 60 to 90 days, right? She didn't win because she had the perfect setup. She didn't win because she had the perfect venue. She didn't win because she had the perfect location. She won because she didn't quit. Watching her carry herself differently across all other adversities, knowing that she built something on her own terms, that's the kind of win that I want to see. That's what I want to like. How many people in this room, you know that deep down inside you have all the makings to go ahead and do something much more powerful, but you just haven't done it yet. Like you just and I want you to be honest with me. Like, like deep down inside that you can do so much better, but you just haven't done it yet. For whatever reason, whether you're scared, procrastinating, don't got the support, don't got the information, whatever. But you just know that you're destined for so much more, right? 1 Corinthians 9:24, run in such a way as to get the prize. You got to carry yourself at a certain point, like you've already got it. A lot of y'all just not even operating at the free. A lot of y'all not even operating at the frequency of a winner. Like when you see those Olympians that got the gold medal and they crunching it in their teeth and everything like that, like they move different. They wake up different, they work different, they carry a certain level of confidence. Like that's how you gotta move like that. You gotta move with that certain level of confidence. You gotta move like I already got it. But here's the thing, right? You want to know the secret to having that level of confidence? Putting in the work. Like I can go ahead and move with the confidence of a seasoned entrepreneur because I know I've invested hundreds of thousands into my personal development. I know that I can move with the confidence of a successful entrepreneur because I've started a successful business that's done millions of dollars in sales. Right? Like I can do that, right? Deuteronomy 24, for the Lord your God is the one who goes with you to fight to give you victory. Y'all got everything you need to go ahead and get to that next level, but you just haven't taken a step because you scared. You just not doing it. How many people feel like that, like they're the only ones holding themselves back? And I want y'all to be real with me. Be real with me. How many people feel like you are there, but you're the only person holding you back? Isn't it time to get out of your own way? Isn't it time to step into your blessings, into your calling, into the path that's going to lead you to prosperity? Because here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, right? The sooner you get to your dream life, the longer you get to enjoy it. How much longer are you going to allow fear take away years of your life? Like, I know for me, I might be young, but I only got so many summers left. I only got so many winters and falls. I only got so much time left with my family. Some of y'all only got so much time left with your mom and dad. Some of y'all got only so much time left with your kids. Are you going to waste it being poor and making poor decisions? Because guess what? You know what poor stands for? Passing over opportunities repeatedly. How many more opportunities are we going to pass over before we actually reap the fruit of our labor so we can live a better life with our parents, so they can retire and enjoy their golden years, so our kids could go ahead and enjoy some of the things that we never got to enjoy, and we can all as a family enjoy the better things. Like, I don't want to work for the rest of my life. I want to come to a certain point where I can just coast and I can go ahead and just spend time with my family, the one that I have now and the one that I'll have in the future. Think about it like this right now, for those of y'all who got kids, the time that you're spending right now when you can't get them the new shoes, when you can't take them to the movies, when you can't send them on the school trip, that's their childhood. They're looking at you for inspiration, and you're hitting them with degradation. They're looking at you for inspiration. All you're hitting them with is degradation. Their quality of life is being degraded by the choice that you've made. Is that the best? Yolanda said, got her a VIP ticket. Let's get it. Let's get it. That's an executor right there. See, I like I want to see who knows this. Anybody know the percentage of habits that kids pick up from their parents? Drop it in the chat. I want to see who guesses it. How many people know the percentage of habits? If you've been on my lives before, you know what it is. How many people know the percentage of habits that kids pick up from their parents? I want to see. Drop a number. Drop a number in the chat. Drop a number in the live. Drop a number in the chat. I want to see who guesses it. Do 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 do. No guesses. Y'all scared? I'll give it to y'all. I'll give it to y'all. It's 80%. 80% of habits are picked up from our parents. The same way you live and operate, you breathe, you eat, 80% of those habits are going to be picked up from your kids, by your kids. The same way you handle trauma, the same way you handle conflict resolution, the same way you handle problem solving, the same way you go about your business and your goals, 80% of that they're going to pick up. Knowing that, are you proud of all the decisions that you've made? Are you proud of how you operate going forward? Because here's the thing, right? It's called generational trauma for a reason. The same way your mom and daddy operated, a lot of it has to do with how you operate. It's going to be a lot of how your kids operate. Are you okay with passing along that mantle? Are you okay with at a certain point that they will live and operate in their life the same way that you have all this time? If not, then it's time to take a stand. It's time to take a stand. Melanie, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I feel like it's my job to get the best version out of everybody. If it comes across harsh, if it comes across like I'm beating y'all up, it's because I can, but it's because I'm beating the best version of you into the world. I don't want you to go through this world and go through this. Like, what? And here's the thing, right? I want to be very, very transparent about this. Whether you do this with us or not will not change my life. We serve over 300 clients currently right now in Event Space Elites. I want you to do this for you. I want you to step out that comfort zone and go from being ordinary to extraordinary. Because I want you to do something when your kids and your future generations and your parents look at you, they say, she took a stand. He took a stand. See, generational wealth always starts with one risk taker. The Vanderbilts, the Rockefellers, the Carnegies, all started with one risk taker. It all started with one person who said, hey, look, listen, enough is enough. I'm going to be the person where even if I lose everything, it doesn't matter. I took a stand to make sure that wealth comes from me and not poverty. How many people are ready to take that stand? Comment me. How many people are ready to take that stand? If that is you and you are ready to take that stand, join us in this challenge. Join us where you are going to spend 5 days changing your life. Because I guarantee you, with every ounce in my body, that if you do not have more of a transformation that week than the last 5, you can completely have your money back. I don't want it. I only want a transformation for you. I only want you to wake up and say, because I got on this Zoom, I am reborn. I am somebody different. Let us not become wary in doing good. For the proper time, we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Galatians 6:9. Let us not become wary in doing good, for at the proper time, we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. This win for you isn't just money. It is peace. It is power. It is purpose. but you don't get that by waiting. You get that by showing up every single day. So with that being said, join us in this challenge. Go to myvenueprofit.com, use code 50 and grab your ticket and step into this new being with us. Step into where you are going to get into a zone of enlightenment where you are not even going to recognize the person that you were before this call. That's what I want for you. That's what I want for you. So with that being said, go to myvenueprofit.com, use code 50. I'm opening up the floor to questions. I'm answering all questions. If y'all got any questions on anything, challenge, event space, shoot, freaking life, it doesn't matter. Go ahead and drop those questions. I'm actually gonna start scrolling through, looking at any questions that I missed. What cities or states does your company operate out of? So do you mean like the company LLC, the LLC, or that we've helped clients do? In terms of the company, like we're based in New York, but we've helped clients in 44 out of 50 states. We've helped clients in 44 out of 50 states. How do we get funding? So funding typically, so there's different ways to get funding. Um, there's different ways to get funding. Typically, the number one way that I like to utilize getting funding is credit card stacking. So that'll be building up your credit score to at least a 680 or higher, building out a credit profile that's favorable to the credit bureaus. And then at that point, we'll go ahead and you apply for a credit card across the three bureaus, Equifax, Experian, TransUnion. That's credit card stacking. That's credit card stacking. Hope that answers the question. Okay, so I have my event today. I have my first potential client who's running for city council. She wants to do a paint and sip, but I don't have a liquor license. What should I do? So you can just you can tell them to get a 1 day permit. So they would get a 1 day permit through this department of the state. Well, every state is different. I don't know what state you're in, but you could get a 1 day permit from the state or like from the town. And then at that point they would just get a 1 day permit. If I'm being frank with you, you could probably just go bring your own bottle and be fine. What platforms do you use to find spaces? LoopNet, Craigslist, Craigslist, those are top three. We actually use about 14, 15, but those are definitely the top three. Do you use a CRM software program? Any recommendations? Yeah, so there's some really, really good ones. So we actually have our own that we've built native for event space elites. It's called Scale My Venue. So with that being said, we have our own, but a lot of people use HoneyBook. HoneyBook is a great one as well. I've used HoneyBook in the past. It's pretty cool. Yeah, no problem, Melanie. Um, Seems that some landlords don't like the idea of event space. Yeah, absolutely. Any advice on how to approach them to seem more appealing so they want me as a tenant? Yeah, so the number one way to go ahead and approach a landlord so that they could, damn, what the hell? The number one way to approach one is to make them seem like an expert, right? Like think about it like this. If you approach a landlord and say, "Hey, I have 50 locations and we gross 3 million and we net $3 million a year," they're not going to turn you down, right? It's not the event spaces per se, it's the lack of experience that a lot of landlords don't want. Yes, event spaces does have its own risk and whatever the case may be, but as somebody who's opened up several locations, I rarely get turned down because I come to them with the numbers, right? So number one, you want to comfort a lot of their objections. Let them know, hey, we're not selling alcohol, we're not going late, we're not having people outside, things of that nature. And then at that point, it's really just showing if you have revenue, show them revenue. If you don't have revenue, then just stick with the first part and kind of pre-handling those objections. I live in Chicago, which is a big city but very saturated. What do you recommend to stand out and attract more business? That's a great question. Yeah. So I don't believe in oversaturation or competition. I believe in lacking a unique selling proposition. I mean, there's millions of companies that sell online. Why is Amazon the biggest? Because they can get to you in 2 days and they offer pretty much everything under the sun, right? So you got to offer something in your venue that a lot of people don't offer. And the easiest ways to differentiate that is through decor, through a accent pieces or accent walls, but decor is really going to be the number one way to differentiate yourself. Do you outsource the decoration aspects and take a percentage? Some people do, we don't, and that's not our model. We bring everything in-house. It's just a lot more profitable. So the way we kind of go and operate is we'll typically have a 66% profit margin across our packages and things of that nature because we'll own everything in-house. So yes, while you can outsource it, it's just really there's no need to outsource it. It's easy. It's easy. Drop your questions, drop your questions. Drop your questions, drop your questions. Is this for restaurant slash bar owners? So no, not necessarily. A lot of the strategies could be applied for it for sure. I mean, I used to work at an Italian restaurant and I saw how they kind of operated. but this is specifically more for like venues. Um, do you think it's best to find a location using a realtor or on your own? So here's the thing, right? Pretty much every location is gonna be tied to a realtor. So whether you use one or not, you're gonna have to go through one. But I don't wait for realtors to answer the question. I don't wait for realtors. I go ahead and look for properties on my own. Y'all asking some great questions. I have a great course and offer, but it is too long. Any suggestions? I'm also afraid that I will make money and then need to be consistent. I have ADHD and consistency is not my strong suit. When you say you have a great course and offer, are you saying that you're a coach? Like you teach people something? I just need a little clarity on that. Do you buy or lease event spaces? We do both. If the bar is venue, live music, fashion shows, etc., would this apply in that sense? It can. Yeah, it definitely can. So we typically focus on micro event spaces, which are kind of like up to 4,000, up to 5,000 square feet. So that's just kind of like our zone of genius. Usually like concert venues and stuff like that are a lot larger. But with that being said, a lot of the same principles and tenets and things that we use can be applied. It's just not like our pure zone of genius. I don't have a lot of followers on socials. How do you suggest advertising to drive engagement and potential clients? Run ads. Run ads. Easiest way. New York is a pretty expensive state. How do you get around the high prices for everything here? So I did it in New York, right? I started in New York. I'm born and bred in New York, Brooklyn. You already know the vibes. So with that being said, I mean, like, yes, it can be expensive, but there are definitely deals. I typically like to start in like lower income neighborhoods because usually a lot of people don't want to touch those. So it just leaves a lot of negotiation on the table. I mean, like I brought my first location down rent almost $1,000. So it's definitely potential there. Let's say that there's clients slash friends in my area that go to a mutual friend for decor. Would you recommend to collab with them since clients are already established? How would you go about that? I, here's my thing with decor, like total, like TLDR, too long didn't read. Like my biggest thing with decor is just like, it is very easy to do. Now, if you don't have the capital to go ahead and invest in like table decor and stuff like that, sure, partner with an event planner for beginning, things of that nature. But me, I'm big on ownership. I'm big on just kind of like calling the shots myself. You bring somebody in like that, and they want to start taking over, and but you're paying that rent, so it could be a little bit of a clash, a battle of the minds, right? So, me personally, like for example, in event space leads, we have something called the rental starter pack, which are like the top items that you want to get on a limited budget. So we give that to all our clients. They get those. They do their style shoots, and then they just kind of grow from there. So like for me personally, I would start with what I have rather than going with a venue with an event planner. Uh, what is spaces seems to be the most profitable? Small intimate spaces or large spaces for weddings, etc. So that's so with I was gonna say that's a good question, but it's a good question. Yeah. So with that being said, they can both be profitable. Remember, profitable is a percentage, right? If you mean in terms of like revenue, like bigger packages, yeah, obviously the bigger the venue, the more I might potentially be able to charge. But at the same time, think about it like this. How many what 300 person weddings have you attended versus a 50, 60 person baby shower? Right? There's a bell curve there. So with that being said, I like to focus on the vast majority, which is most people are going to have these baby showers, wedding receptions, kids parties versus like a one off or two off weddings. And plus the thing about it is just like also with weddings, like you need a lot of space for that. You need a lot of space and you need a lot of money to kind of like break ground and do that stuff. Not everybody has that kind of capital. Um, I work with women struggling to begin to move forward after a pregnancy loss. Oh, okay, cool. So let me go back to your original question. But so when you say it's too long, are you saying like the process takes too long? And if that's the case, well, you don't have to do the whole process, right? Like think about it like this, right? Say for example, like I had a course on building a house, right? Building a house can take a long time. That could take 6 to 9 months, right? Similar as like a pregnancy, right? But I might not teach the whole entire process of doing a house. I might say, hey, this is how to get your first blueprint for the house. And that process only takes a couple weeks, right? This is how to break ground for the house. And that process only takes a couple weeks. So you could chunk it down. It doesn't have to be the same thing. Like, for example, like an event space elites, like our original program is 90 days. That's like the fine, fun fill. Then after that, we have our higher tier program, which is a year, which that one is like, okay, cool, you have your venue, you want to grow it to $100,000 a month, things of that nature. So you can just break it up, is essentially what I'm saying. Does your company find the event spaces or we do it on our own? So our company finds them for you. We definitely encourage you to look for them as well. But on the challenge, we're going to be finding spaces for everybody. You're going to be going ahead and look at them. And there's going to be strict guidelines on that because we want you to make progress. Will the course go over leases and negotiate with the landlord? Absolutely. Do you buy furniture or rent it? Both. How many square foot do you recommend starting with? And 1,500 to 5,000 square feet is usually our sweet spot. What are some examples of your packages? For example, do your hourly rates differ on weekends at night versus weekends? Ooh, we do not do hourly rates. We don't do hourly rates. Yeah, we don't do hourly rates. We do like for the day. And we do package rates, of course. Like package is the biggest thing. Do you do one-on-one mentorship and what does that cost look like? So we don't do like one-on-one mentorship. We do more like 12-on-1 because whenever we take on a client, it's our whole entire company that comes in and helps you. But we'll be talking about that a little bit on the challenge for those who want to know. Do the deposit for the event space vary by the amount? Of course, every location is different. Where are you located? I live in Atlanta. What's the pricing for your Find Fill program? For those who are interested, we'll discuss it on the challenge. So definitely like join the challenge and we'll like kind of talk about for those who are like more specifically interested in joining ESC. Definitely we could talk about that on the challenge. So make sure you're in the challenge. Join the challenge. myvenueprofit.com. Been wanting to do this for over 3 years, but I'm scared as hell since I'm a single mother. You're talking to somebody who was raised by a single mother. I don't have a safety net, but I think we can be profitable if I get it off the ground. Join the challenge. Like, I mean, why plunk all that money and try to figure it out? Spend $97 or $48.50 when you use the 50% off. Spend the $48.50, learn for 5 days, everything that you can. You'll be able to talk to me, you'll be able to talk to the entire team, and you'll walk out with a much more clearer plan of what's expected for you to be successful. Um, Before the call ends, can you again go over what it will be covered in the challenge? I'm super excited. Absolutely, yeah. So day one, it's going to be finding the property. So everything that goes into negotiations, build out. How do I join the challenge? Go to myvenueprofit.com, use code 50. I have it pinned right there for you. So yeah, so day one is going to be finding the property. So think about things like build out, things like negotiations, the questions that you want to ask realtors, what to look for, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's going to be a very, very dense day. I mean, every single day is going to be very, very dense. Day two is going to be credit and funding. So raising your credit score. My credit specialist is going to be coming in teaching. Leverage and credit scores. So we're going to be talking about how to go ahead and access $50,000 to $100,000 in funding from the different credit bureaus. Day three is going to be day 3 and 4 are filling. So we're going to be talking about different ad strategies, different creative strategies, different content strategies, things of that nature. My media buyer is going to be teaching. My creative director is going to be teaching. And then day 5 is going to be operations. So once you have the venue, making sure that things don't go to shit, right? Contracts, invoices, CRMs, things of that nature, so you can fully understand how to utilize everything in your business. I'm north of Atlanta. What's up? You said you charge for the day. So how long is the day? Typically, we'll do like 8-hour rental, but we're going to be talking about that in the challenge as well. So like day 5, definitely make sure you bring those questions as well. Because that's a lot to go into because it's more than just like the day, right? It's like what's the inclusions and what do they get? Does that include setup and breakdown? This and third. So there's a lot to go on. After doing like we have over 600 clients. So it's like there's a way to do it. You know what I'm saying? Just curious, how many spaces do you have? Me, I have none. I exited them all in 2022 and 2023. Let's go. That's gonna be awesome. I totally agree. All right, coming back over here. Don't be scared. I'm literally a single mom of 2 and I'm doing it. I got my keys to my space back in May 4th, days after I ended my 5-year engagement. Melanie is a thug. She's out here doing it big. How do I join the challenge? myvenueprofit.com. Yep, you got it. Will there be replays of the challenge? Yep. Everything's going to be recorded and we're going to have the replays for everybody who gets a ticket. Absolutely. T Montiel, I joined the challenge. Can't wait. Shout out challenge. You know the vibes. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. I cannot wait to see y'all. And yo, everybody who got a ticket, make sure you join the Telegram. My team is going to be calling and texting everybody anyway, just to make sure that you're in the Telegram group because we don't want anybody to miss out on any information. But please, on the next page. Or if you didn't get a confirmation, just shoot me a DM. I'll send it to you directly. Let's get it. Let's get it. Big Thug energy. I'm crying. Ba 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 ba. Say the website again for the challenge. Of course, myvenueprofit.com. I'll drop that again for you guys. Use code 50. Um, Why'd you exit the business, if I may ask? No, it's a great question. I actually have a full YouTube video on this. But the reason I decided to exit BK Event Space and just focus completely on Mannequin is because I was running both businesses at the same time, and basically my attention was split. And at that time, I didn't really believe, and I still don't believe in splitting energy like that. So with that being said, I just decided, I was just like, okay, what business could I impact more people and grow as an entrepreneur? After doing event spaces for 5 years, I was like, okay, cool. I'll learn a lot more by helping other people and building this system that can grow other venues. And now that we've done it for over 600 clients across 44 states, we've done over $15 million in personal business funding, $4 million in cash collected across our clients. I've learned a lot. We have a 3-month roadmap that like goes through every single thing that you'll ever need in order to go ahead and find fun and fill your first event space. So it's been a great journey. It's been a great ride. What if you have a sublease? What are the details around your sublease? Like you're renting from somebody else, is that correct? I'm not in the Telegram group yet. Yolanda, shoot me a DM on Instagram at the Brian Waldron. I'll help you get into the Telegram. If I find my own venue, can I still get funding? My credit is excellent. Absolutely. Of course. Of course you can. Of course. Yeah. Funding is more so for the people who need help with it, you know? Y'all drop your questions. Drop your questions. Is there a charge for overtime for clients? Oh, absolutely. 100%. It's completely up to you, but your contract should state if people stay over in the venue that there's a charge for that. And that would be like an hourly rate or whatever. But that should be in your contract. Ba, 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 ba. How do I join the 3-month program? So for those who are interested in joining ESC, we'll talk a little bit about it on the challenge. So definitely we'll talk about it then for sure. Um, do you make the deposit refundable or does it go towards the event? So there's stipulations with that. If it's a cancellation, then usually within a certain amount of time, it's not refundable. But in your contract, you should have a table with that. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, hey, like for example, in Event Space Elites, like we have a contract with the table. Sorry, not Event Space Elites, but for the contract that we give to venues in Event Space Elites. We have a table where it's like, okay, cool, you cancel at this date, you get this much back. You cancel this date, you get this much back. So it should be very, very clear before a client even signs a contract. And you said no need for a real estate license, right? No, absolutely not. You do not. I've never even been asked that question. But you don't need a real estate license whatsoever. Do you buy your own furniture? We do. Typically, yeah, we do. We do. We do. What is one of the biggest mistakes people make when opening their first event spaces besides not getting started? Doing it uneducated. Doing it uneducated. I've seen a lot of people lose a lot of money in this game. Because here's the thing, right? This isn't a cleaning company. This isn't one of those things where you could go to Dollar Tree, pick up a couple items, and just kind of fumble around. People are putting tens of thousands of dollars in event spaces. And if you don't know what you're doing, you could lose a lot of money. You could lose a lot of money hard. So I don't know too many people who are like very, very successful that like don't binge our content and like don't use our stuff. So that's honestly one of the biggest mistakes. On top of that, it would be overspending on build out, utilizing their own money, not knowing how, like not having a plan for marketing. That's a huge one. So those are like really some of the biggest ones. Bada bing, bada boom. Cool, 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 cool. What are the best places to buy slash rent furniture? I don't know the vendors off the top of my head, but we have like a vendor list where you can utilize for both domestic and international vendors. But the couple ones off the top of my head, Webster Store, bizchairs.com, Global Event Supply, Event Favor Mart, Linen Tablecloth. Those are a couple ones that like just kind of sell things. But the bigger furniture, you're gonna need like a prop hire company or like certain dealers, and that's all in our vendor list. And those names I don't remember off the top of my head. What do you recommend for those of us who aren't good at event decorating? You don't need to be good at event decorating. That's the great thing about it. I wasn't good at event decorating and I just learned how. So it definitely, if you like money, you're gonna learn decorating. You feel me? Let's get it. Let's get it. What commercial insurance companies do you recommend for event spaces? There's a ton, there's a bunch. We have like five or six that we typically recommend. Number one being like P&G, another one being like MetLife. But there's I don't remember all of them off the top of my head. Like that's why we have a roadmap because the roadmap keeps everything structured. Like my brain doesn't keep everything in mind. But yeah, we have we're probably not gonna talk too much about insurance on the challenge, but if it comes up as a question, we'll definitely answer it. Um, yeah. Will we get the vendor list in the challenge? I don't think you'll need it in the challenge, but if it comes up, then we'll do it. Yeah, I don't want to overload you guys on the challenge. So like the roadmap is like 7 pages, everything that you'll ever need. Like we don't not we're gonna be extracting on certain things, but you're not gonna need everything, right? But if it comes up, then we'll use it. I want to buy my decorations and furniture, but did you say your company has everything and we can rent the items? No, no, no. So I didn't. So we have a vendor list. So we have a vendor list of like people who want to like go of like who sell in this stuff. We have a vendor list that we give to our clients and event space leads. So that's what I was saying, right? But like if there are items that you want to buy and we have a vendor for it, then 100% we'll go ahead and put you in contact with that vendor. Do we need an LLC or DBA? Sorry if you answered it already. To start this business, yes, you will, but for the challenge, you don't. So don't worry about getting that. We'll talk about it on the challenge in terms of like how to create an LLC and stuff like that. But unless you're like ready to get started and stuff like that, I wouldn't worry about. You don't have to worry about that right now. Don't have to worry about that right now. Let's get it. How long are the classes in the 5-day challenge? Are they recorded? Yep, they're 100% recorded. Each day is going to go on for about maybe 2 to 3 hours, and they're all going to be recorded. Drop your question. These are all really good questions, by the way, guys. Like these are really good questions. Like I'm like keep them all coming. Keep them coming. I feel like I'm earning my dinner tonight. I kind of want some sushi now. Who wants some sushi? Anybody want some sushi? What y'all want? Spicy tuna, California roll, maybe spicy yellowtail, lobster roll. I don't know how some people be like, oh, I don't eat raw fish. Grow up. Yes, you are earning. I appreciate it. Hoo ha. You feel me? Let's get it. Y'all drop y'all questions. Shout out sushi. Shout out sushi. You know what you want from the store? You want something? Let me know. I'm getting a spicy tuna. I don't know which you want. Lobster rolls sound amazing. Lobster roll, but see, here's the thing. Like, I don't want the avocado. Like, don't give me the avocado. I don't like avocado. Cala roll, for your roll, extra sriracha. Ooh, yeah, we gotta set that up. We gotta set that up. I had that for dinner 2 hours ago. You lucky. I saw an event space that needs all kitchen appliances. Would this be a good option or get a space that has a kitchen? So here's the thing, right? You can build a kitchenette, right? You don't need a full kitchen in your event venue because a lot of times insurance isn't going to cover it anyway. So what you can go ahead and do is build a kitchenette with certain amenities like, a sink, fridge, bar, things of that nature. You don't need the full kitchenette. That could just be like a small room. Boom, you're done. Good. So just to recap, since I joined super late, you guys will help us get the space, help us into funding, and set up us up with marketing plan. And 100%, yeah, you should 100% be able to leave the 5-day challenge with a full plan of how to execute on your venue for sure. Do you recommend us having a business plan now or after we purchase our LLC? Recommend us having a business plan now. So the business plan you don't have to worry about that we have for you. But it would only really matter after the LLC. Yeah. Do you need a liquor license? You have some really good questions. Do you need a liquor license to have alcohol at events? You do. What's a good marketing budget? We typically tell our clients to start with $100 a day. Um, I came in late. I don't know what to ask. Ask whatever you please. But nah, just I mean, I'm sure a couple questions will kind of start to come in while you're thinking. Here we call it bait. Is that sushi? I'm in for the challenge. Carrie says she's in for the challenge. Let's get it. Ba, 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 ba. Is the Telegram only for the challenge, or will we still have access afterwards for questions? So it is only for the challenge, just because I have a team that's fully dedicated towards that week. But there definitely will be some options to kind of get extended help after the challenge. So definitely stay tuned, stay tuned, stay tuned, stay tuned. But. Ba, 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 ba. What was your biggest challenge when you did have your spaces? Woo! So when I had my spaces, like literally, I had to figure out pretty much everything on my own. Like there was nobody teaching this stuff. I looked, I Googled, and I was just like, is there any courses or mentorships or anything out there? And there wasn't anybody teaching. So really the biggest learning curve was the learning because I had to figure out everything like I had one guy, shout out my guy Ivor, RSVP Brooklyn, who he was helpful. Like he gave me his contract, he gave me his insurance contact, he gave me his contract, his insurance contact, and maybe like a couple other things. But pretty much everything else I had to like really just kind of figure out on my own, which sucks because I could have made a lot more money. Like if I had what we have in Event Space Elites now, Jesus. Oh my God. What challenges do you have with the full kitchen? So a full kitchen is typically defined like, stove, microwave, things that the stove is going to be an issue because typically if it's a gas or electric stove, it's going to boost your insurance and they're going to want separate requirements from it. And frankly, as an event space, unless you're cooking, it's just not needed. If you're not selling liquor, you still need a license. Yeah, to serve or sell, you need a liquor license. Is the 50 discount only while you are on now, or can I get it tomorrow? It's on now, baby girl. You better get it while it's hot, like a Little Caesars pizza. Oh, you know RSVP? You know Ivor? Wow, that's funny as hell. That's my guy. Yeah, very helpful. He is contract, so he's a good guy. Um, how much is the challenge or classes? Yeah, so it's 97. If you use code 50, you get 50% off. But that's only for, I think those tickets sold out. Try it. Use code 50. If it works, buy the ticket. I'm pretty sure the 50 you got used up, but it was only for 10 people. But go to myvenueprofit.com, use code 50. If it works, jump on it. Jump on it. Why do you no longer have an event space? Yeah, so I answered this not too long ago. And I have a full YouTube video on it or whatever the case may be. But it came to the point where we had the event spaces, we had the consultant company, and it became running both businesses became difficult for me to do at the same time. So I had to make a decision of what do I feel would help me grow more as an entrepreneur? What can I do to help more people? And I chose Mannequin, the consulting company. So I'm in school right now, but def invested in this. Would this be considered split focusing as well? Not exactly, simply because like you're going to school to start a career, and this would be your career. So it's kind of like an internship on the side of school. So no. So you could definitely do both. On average, how much of your own money should we set aside to start this business? None. Use other people's money. Makes sense. You feel me? In the class, do you let us know how to get the license? So we are going to spend a lot of time on it only because I don't recommend you get a liquor license for your event space because I don't think it's needed. Like we have in our contract for our clients that we put that responsibility on the client, on their client. So like when somebody's booking your venue, they would be responsible for getting that license, and that's all stipulated. So when you're in the challenge, I'll be able to give you the contract so you can see exactly how that works. But. Drop y'all questions. These are all really, really good questions. Let's get it. Trying to stay hydrated. I think I'm definitely gonna get some sushi tonight. I don't know. What y'all think? I have some food though. Like I got like chicken wings and lasagna, but it's like I don't know. I kind of want some sushi. Get the sushi, right? Yeah, I think I'm gonna get. I think I'm gonna just get maybe like one. I think I'll just get the spicy tuna. But yeah, I think I'm gonna get the spicy tuna. Um, where was your spot in Brooklyn? Yeah, 1542 Fulton Street, 745 New Latz Avenue, and 340 Junior Street. Oh, wow. Do you recommend a minimum number of I'm guessing you're in New York. Do you recommend a minimum number of parking spaces available or what to consider when looking at venues in regrets the parking of do you recommend a minimum number of parking spaces available or what to consider when looking at venues in regards, okay. In regards to parking availability. I don't really care about parking, frankly. There's always a way around it. I mean, you could borrow parking from another neighboring business. You could get valet. And some people overdo it with parking. They'd be like, "Oh, I need 1,000 parking spaces." No, you don't. No, you don't. If you have any parking, you're up. Like, don't make it a problem. That's what I would say. Don't make it a problem. Let's get her. Yeah. I'm sorry, did I miss my answer about what challenges do I have with the kitchen? I think you did. I answered it. So basically what I was saying is that typically a full kitchen is including like a stove, microwave, fridge, countertop, things of that nature. And the stove is typically what's going to cause a problem because especially if it's gas or electric stove, insurance is going to have different requirements. It's going to raise your insurance premiums. And frankly, unless you're cooking, I just don't think you need it. So there you go. I've got to go client at 8:30. This was great. Thanks, Brian. Of course. Hope to see you in challenge. Um, is there an ideal square footage for profitability? I wouldn't say there's an ideal square footage. We typically focus on like 1,500 to 5,000 square feet, though. That's where like our zone of genius. Will Terion be available for the challenge as well? His space is fire. He will. He will. He will. He will be there all week. So definitely make sure that you tap in. Well, I think you are tapped in. Yes, you're tapped in. So yes. Yes, yes, yes. Let's take two more questions. We'll round off at 8:30. Let's take two more questions. Guys, again, myvenueprofit.com. We literally have our challenge coming up in just a couple of days. Myvenueprofit.com. Learn how to find, fund, and fill your very own event space. Day one, we're going to be going through all the ways we go ahead and find over 600 clients' event spaces, how you're going to go ahead and negotiate, how you're going to build out, how you do all the different questions and whatnot. Number two, we're going to be going through funding, how to boost your credit score into the 700s, how to go ahead and leverage your credit score so that you can go ahead and get $50 to $100,000 in 0% interest funding. We're going to be going through filling strategies. So everything, if you suck at social media, we're going to be going through social media so you fully understand how to post, what to post, when to post, how to post, how to run ads, when to run ads, how much budget you should be putting into ads. And then we'll be going through operations so you fully understand how to operate your venue so you don't get shut down. I have an issue with funding. What is recommended? What is your issue with funding? I'll start there. Did you recommend creating your own events in your location, such as game nights, movie nights, etc.? No, I do not recommend that. I mean, I'm not saying like don't do it, but like I would rather just focus on just like, see, here's the thing, right? I don't want a business inside of a business. I don't want to do that. Like I want to just my core model is renting out space for other people. That's what the event space is. So I'm gonna go ahead and just have that. Like I'm just gonna do that. Like so, like you have to think about like something that's called a theory of constraints. I want to go ahead and make sure, like, hold, I'm actually, can I, where's the book? The book is somewhere here. I don't know. I can't see it. I can't see that far. But I have a book, Theory of Constraints. You want to focus on the constraint in your business. So getting game nights and stuff like that isn't going to move the constraint. Your constraint should be, it's probably going to be leads, might be marketing, it might be sales, whatever the case may be. So that's what you have to focus on. That would be the problem in the business, not doing that. I'll definitely have many more questions for the challenge, but I just want to say thank you so much, Brian. You're phenomenal. I truly appreciate you. Thank 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 you. We'll take one more question. One more question. One more question, and then I get some sushi. I know, but well, now I'm playing not playing about the sushi, but like I'm gonna yeah. Yeah, one more question. One more question. One more question. One of the biggest things that I do want to end off with, though, is that whether you guys do this with us and join the challenge with us or whatever the case may be, do something, make a move that you're proud of, right? Make a move that you're proud of. Make a move that you can look back on and say, hey, look, listen, I gave it every single breath in my body. I did everything that I could. Because me as a man, like that's my number one thing. Like I don't want to ever leave this earth saying that I could have done more. I have people that are looking up to me. I have people who are relying on me. I don't want to let them down. So if you know that you can go ahead and just actually make a move that's going to change you in your family's life, then make that move and don't look back. Likewise, Brian, you taught me a lot the past 6 months. Thank you. My absolute pleasure. But guys, with that being said, I want to rock out everybody who's in the challenge. I cannot wait to see you in the Telegram. If you are still haven't gotten your ticket yet, go to myvenueprofit.com, use code 50, get your discounted ticket. And with that being said, I want y'all to have an amazing night. Let's get it.